From Indiana's news leader, Eyewitness News at noon continues.
And welcome back to Eyewitness News at noon. I'm Scott Swan. It's now 12:30. Thousands of people are still without electricity 3 days after severe weather blew through central Indiana. IPL is now reporting about 4,000 people with no power and no air conditioning. Our City Beat reporter Mary Mills is trying to find out when utility crews will have it fixed. Hi, Mary.
Hey, Scott. Well, it's probably not soon enough for all those folks without power. Right now, IPL is saying their goal is to have things back up by midnight tomorrow. And right now, this is pretty much the epicenter of things. You can see all the trucks. We're in Speedway just northwest of the track. And this is actually the area where 2/3 of the outages are. Now, you may notice that the trucks are not IPL. They're from other utilities. They're here to help. IPL says this has been an extremely bad outage. In fact, the last time they say that we saw a similar outage in terms of people affected and days without power was the polar vortex, which was back in January of 2014. There are some major differences, though, complicating things.
I know a lot of people are looking back to January of 2014 with the polar vortex. Back in that storm, the heavy snow brought down a lot of wire. The problem is we only had 4 broken poles. It's a lot easier for us to put up wire, even in very difficult cold weather, than it is to replace poles. The problem with this storm, we are now up to about 55 poles that are broken on the distribution system and roughly about 30 transformers. We had no transformers that failed during that winter storm, and it takes us much longer to be able to pull the old pole out, be able to dig the hole, put a new pole in, and then put up the wire and infrastructure.
Our plan still is to have everybody that can be restored by midnight on Friday night. There will be some folks who still have damage to their houses that have to be fixed before we can actually restore their power. But we've got mutual assistance crews here. We've got IPL crews. We're working 24/7. Fortunately, the weather now has been pretty decent for us to be able to continue to do this.
And the weather, nice right now, but they are concerned about the forecast, the call of potentially more storms, as well as the heat and humidity headed our way, which makes it more difficult for everyone. Scott?
Yeah, Mary, Sean's talking about 90 degrees with a heat index of 100 tomorrow. I can imagine what that would be like. Yeah, so you've talked about IPL. What about customers of Duke Energy?
Well, I talked to someone from Duke today, and they said that they still have about 74 customers without power, all within the Columbus area, and that is down from a peak of 24,000, and they hope to have those folks back online shortly.
All right.